Does your panel board look this shiny? Well, this one I'm working on today is. This is a Siemens 200 amp panel. It's aluminum bus, and I don't know if it will stand the test of time. I mean, aluminum works, but it's definitely not as nice as copper. And like the new Leviton panels, copper coated tinned. But here I am anyways. I'm working on this panel, going to do some preventative maintenance on it. Um, I installed a outlet or two in this customer's hallway. I'm also going to be tying that in. The first thing I did was I took the panel cover off. Then you see me insert the connector and then the cable through the connector. Now I'm landing the ground up top there behind everything. Then I'm going to be landing the neutral and the hot on the breaker because I installed a AFCI slash GFCI 15 amp breaker. It's not my favorite thing to do, come in the side of the panel like this, but this is a newer panel and whoever installed it, really, I mean, the inside looks pretty nice, but they didn't secure any of the cables above and half of them come in through the side already. It's it's kind of disappointing. When you pay for a new panel, it should be done 100%. This panel itself, I didn't see an inspection sticker or anything on it, so I'm assuming it was replaced, maybe because the old one burned up, and it never got inspected, never had a permit pulled on it. It leaves the customer in a bad spot. They have this panel board that never really has been looked at besides the person that installed it. I went through the panel here. I checked all the voltages on the breakers and then the bus as I usually do. And then I take my IR scanner and I scan the panel, make sure there's no hot spots, everything looks proper. The bus on this one was like 90, 95 degrees. That was the hottest thing in the panel. I went through and I turned all the breakers on and off. I make sure they were functioning properly. And here I am showing you the left side of this panel, up the left hand side, all of the connections on the breakers. You see the connections on the neutrals there on that right there, and then you see the ground connections over there on the left. The service connections there in the middle, and coming down the right hand side here, you're back to the another neutral bar which they connect across from left to right there. Another neutral bar on the left hand side, and the right hand side is another ground bar, and then breakers, all the breaker connections here on the right hand side of the panel. Coming down, I'm going to show you the right hand side of the outside of this panel. Those are secured a little bit far away. Like I said, they come in the bottom, not a GFI outlet again. All these ones up top aren't secured. There's a couple of junction boxes right above that. You can't even see them. Half of those go in and out of the junction boxes. And then these ones come in this side. It's kind of crappy. This is the panel label itself, identification. I'm now going to be replacing a couple 2-pole breakers. They're 20 amp. The reason for replacing these is that they're not supposed to be in this panel. I believe they're square D breakers in a Siemens panel. I mean, you pop them in and they fit, but even taking them out, you can feel it. They don't fit nowhere near as snug. They don't fit the bus properly. They're just because you can put the cover on, really does not mean you should put them in there. They are not compatible. They are a fire hazard. Also, many of the times I've seen panel boards with different style breakers like that weren't compatible. That's where the panel board burned up. It's usually where that breaker meets on the bus. For some reason, they are not the same, and it does cause a problem over time. I am now tightening up the service connectors on the main breaker and the neutral. The main breaker goes to 250 inch-pounds, and then the ground will go to 110 inch-pounds. The neutrals and ground connections will go to 20 inch-pounds between 10 and 14. 8 will go to 25 inch-pounds, and 4 to 6 will go to 35 inch-pounds. When you go to the breakers, most of the breakers will go to 25 inch-pounds, and then when you get to the larger double pole breakers, they might be 40, 45, or 50 inch-pounds, depending upon the size of the cable. The bonding screw should go to 45 inch-pounds, And then once all of these are tightened up, this panel will be nice and secure with all the proper breakers installed. I'm going to put the panel cover on. For how many times I have put panel covers on, I haven't really come up with a way to do it the same way every single time. Most of the time I do it with the door open to have somewhere to grab it very nicely, and then I put the top 2 screws in. Some panels I start in the middle. Sometimes I just hold it from the bottom and then put the top 2 in. It all depends on how I'm feeling that day. I'm going to finish up my panel with putting a warning sticker on the front of the panel, and then I'm going to secure my staple. I'm going to finish up my videos by showing you what happened when this customer used a crappy contractor to put in their bath fans. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and subscribe.